Hi, everyone. Great to have you with us for the latest edition of Knicks in 6. I'm Bill Pito along with Monica McNutt. Monica, you always call me Pito to the point that everybody at work has forgotten my first name. So I have a new name for you. You work everywhere. Tax time's around the corner. I'm calling you Miss 1099.
Well, I will take that as a compliment, my dear Pito. That just means the hustle don't stop. And that's what I'm all about, baby.
All right, our topic here, Knicks in 6. 6 reasons each why RJ Barrett has taken a huge leap. Number one for me, Monica, is mental toughness. He had one stretch where he went 0 for 21 from 3, another stretch where he went 2 of 21 from 3, and yet he continues to improve. He continues to actually be very effective from downtown. In fact, if you look over his last 11 games, he's at 57% from three-point range, which is a remarkable turnaround. It's been amazing.
I actually coined it, for me personally, a chip on his shoulder. I think last year, not necessarily being a part of the rookie team, that conversation about that highly touted class that he was a part of really gave him an edge coming into this year. Mental toughness, chip on the shoulder, I think that they are synonymous. You could tell that RJ just kind of came in focused. The Maple Mamba truly activated this season.
You know, the guy has really bought into the team concept.
Yes.
Number 3 overall pick, as we all know, highly touted out of Duke. And yet there was a stretch this year where he was not in the game when things mattered the most. Think about that. He never spoke out against what was going on, didn't criticize the coach. I give him all the props in the world for someone that is so highly regarded, for being able to handle the fact that he was not out there for a stretch of games when things were being decided.
I think you have to give credit to Tibbs in terms of streamlining this offense. I think last year at points, RJ was one of the most consistent scorers. Julius obviously still did his thing last year, but to me, both of them in Tibbs' system look like they are finding their spots better. They are more comfortable. They're taking better shots. When you look at RJ's percentage numbers from the field, he's up 5 percentage points, up to 45% overall. So I think that speaks to his ability to take better shots.
He's obviously well-liked. Against OKC, Julius Randle knew that RJ Barrett in the closing minutes was very close to his first career 30-point game. And you know what? Julius Randle made sure that RJ Barrett got the ball so he could get to 30. Finished the game with 32. But for Julius Randle to be the number one guy, so to speak, on this team, to think so much of RJ Barrett, to make sure that he got to 30 for the first time in his career, I think speaks volumes about what other Knicks think about RJ Barrett.
I agree with you, but we are not in a one-star league. So Julius knows that as he goes, he needs to bring RJ along with him. We heard Clyde talking about it last week in terms of RJ being that consistent second guy. So the team camaraderie is terrific. I also will add RJ's overall activity to the conversation. I think so often basketball players at every level, we love to see the ball go in the basket, and sometimes it doesn't. But to be able to garner energy from rebounding and taking that seriously, RJ's close to a 7 rebound per game guy, rebounding and defending, just being active and hustling and allowing yourself to get going on that side of the ball and then turning it over into offense, I think is a big deal. That speaks to that mental toughness, like you said, and maturity overall.
That's what's amazing. He's only 20 years old, right? Got the maturity of someone who has been around many more years. RJ Barrett from the free throw line, last year 61%, this year 73%. Do not underestimate how important that has been to his evolution. That's a huge improvement and has been essential to his upgrade and play.
That, to me, again, speaks to his offseason. It speaks to his focus, because to me, Pito, would you leave $1 on the street if you were walking by it?
I know you wouldn't.
Exactly, and that's what
$10.99, and they got to add that to the tax total.
That's what free throws are like to me. You can't leave money on the street. So shout out to RJ for locking in that category.
All right, number 5, mid-range improvement. Okay, so you got the ability, we know, for him to go to the basket, but at times he would force things. But now with the ability to hit the 10-footer, hit the 15-footer, the mid-range game on top of the improved 3 has really helped his ability to get to the rim. So now he has a lot easier chance and opportunity to get to the basket, because the opposition has to worry not only about the 3, but also the mid-range. So the offensive game is much more complete than it was last year, and that is another reason why he has been able to elevate his overall play.
Which one do you want to take away as a defender? Because you know if you let him get to the rim, he's about that contact and ready to rock the rim if you let him get that close. And to your point, the mid-range and the three being better this year. But again, for me, it's that chip on his shoulder. He knew that last year, the deficiencies that were revealed in his game, naturally, a rookie coming into the NBA, there's a curve. You can tell that he's really worked on it all.
Last for me, you mentioned his rebounding. Don't forget, RJ Barrett, even last year, has the assist total around 4 a game, the rebounding total, as you mentioned, around 7 a game, and that has been sustained. So you got a guy whose scoring average is up, but you're always going to get assists. You're always going to get rebounding. People forget about how effective he is distributing the ball and also hitting the boards for a guy that is not that big. So he, in many ways, is a complete player.
Love it. My final point, and I think that this is a lesson to all of us, is time. I think so often we want to have these instant results, and sometimes it just doesn't go that way. RJ was impactful last year. You could see the potential, and this year he's taken the next step. He has valued every opportunity. We've given him time, a better system. Julius is playing out of his mind. I think that the two of them together are able to feed and fuel one another, and it's just been as sweet as time to watch him grow and develop. I can't wait to see what he does the back half of this season.
All right, 6 for you, 6 for me. Get your invoice in, add to that 1099, and we'll see you next time on the Knicks and 6.